In December 2015, I purchased the indie game Undertale from a Steam sale. I wanted to see what the hype was all about. All I would hear about for months was how amazing the gameplay was or how good the music was. I didn't think a game would live up to the hype, but in December 2015, I was proven wrong. Undertale is an RPG-like game that takes influence from the Super Nintendo game Earthbound, a game that I couldn't get into after 3 failed attempts to complete the game. The major criticism I had was that the gameplay was grind-heavy, at least for me. Earthbound also had a death system I didn't like, having to go to the hospital to recover your fallen teammates. The menu interface was something that annoyed me as well. However, what I loved about Earthbound was the world it presented. I wanted to experience the adventure of Ness, but I couldn't get into the gameplay issues it had. I don't mean to talk bad about Earthbound, I just wished I liked it more than I did. Undertale, to me, is the game that improved on the Earthbound formula and proceeded to blow me away with its quality. It's definitely one of my favorite games of 2015, and possibly one of the top games ever made. Here's what I love about Undertale. The world. Undertale starts with the introduction of war with humans and monsters. Eventually, the humans won the war and sealed off the monsters in an underground world and put a spell on the entrance so that no monster could return to the human world. However, the spell doesn't prevent humans from entering the monster world. Our protagonist is the latest human to enter the underground, and it's a totally different world with different landscapes and inhabitants. I love walking around and exploring the world. Certain landscapes make me pause and take in the world that Undertale presents to you. You also get hints of backstory from the characters in the world, like how Asgore Drimor, the leader of the underworld, actually adopted a human into his family, despite now wanting to kill all humans. To break the seriousness of the game, the characters in the world are pretty funny, and make me laugh every time I play. The puzzle sequence where Papyrus is trying to capture the main character is always fun to replay. I also enjoy the 5 locations of Undertale, especially Waterfall and Ruins. The reason I love exploring the 2 locations is mainly due to my second favorite reason I love Undertale: the music. Oh my gosh, the music of Undertale is so freaking good. I enjoyed the opening video song, but when the music to Ruins started playing, I knew the soundtrack was going to be good. Some of my personal favorites, besides Ruins, are the songs that play when you fight Nastablook, or called Dummy, Waterfall, Death by Glamour, and of course, Megalovania. It's been 3 years since I purchased Undertale, and I still pull up the OST and listen to the music after all these years. Most of the soundtrack features extremely catchy music, and once it's gotten into your head, it's hard not to want to give it another listen. A lot of songs are also remixes or related to other songs, and it's nice that most pieces are related to each other. What really put Undertale as one of my favorite games of 2015 was something that I thought Earthbound struggled at: the combat. I initially didn't understand the combat of Undertale. The game allows you to fight monsters, interact with them, or show them mercy. As a traditional RPG player, I just proceeded to fight most monsters, gaining XP, and beat the game as a regular game. What's unique about the combat is that it actually impacts the story and ending you get at the very end. It's actually very interesting and more fun than I thought to show all the monsters in Undertale mercy. You can take several actions to each monster like talk, flirt, pet, make a joke, and many others depending on the situation. It's something that made the game fresh after I played it again with the pacifist route. Whether you take the traditional combat approach or try to play a pacifist game, the combat is made so much better with the addition of the bullet hell-like aspect of the game. After you take an action like attacking or talking to your opponent, the game transforms the combat into a bullet hell sequence where you have to avoid getting hit from attacks the enemy throws at you. It's really surprising how much the game becomes entertaining from it. You get a sense of rush from avoiding the most complex attacks, and it's a big reason for why I think Undertale is as popular as it is. Undertale is a great indie game, and perfects the aspect of what made games like Earthbound so popular. It's a game that I enjoyed revisiting and experiencing because of the excellent world it presents. I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone who is still on the fence of believing in the hype, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Both would really help me to know if people enjoy my content. Please also consider watching my previous 2 videos linked here. Thanks, and have a good day.